How much mortgage can I afford? That is a phenomenal question and one of my favorites. All right. So, how much mortgage you can afford is going to be dependent really upon you. Sometimes people don't think they have control over what their mortgage payment is, and that's not true. And that's why I like to have conversation with my borrowers ahead of time so I can understand exactly what they're looking for. Because I can tell you from experience, sometimes I pre qualify you or pre approve you for an amount that's way over your personal budget. And sometimes that gets people nervous because they think that's what their mortgage payment is going to be. It's not necessarily true. Okay, that's just your high end. So when you get pre approved or pre qualified, you're going to get pre qualified for the maximum amount that that you could get approved for. That doesn't necessarily mean that's the amount you can afford. The affordability factor of a mortgage is really dependent on your budget. I do have a video on my page about budgeting, but let's go over some of the highlights. Okay. When you buy a house, it's a little bit different than renting because you're going to have to pay for water, electricity, sewer. There are some things that might already be included in your rent that now you're going to be responsible for. So you have to keep that in mind. So when creating a budget, you're going to write down first everything you know that you pay per month: credit cards, car payment, school, student loans, your current rent, anything that you pay per month. Then you also want to take and keep track of what you spend that's not necessarily the same every month. Okay. And take an average. How much do you spend going out? How much do you spend on food? How much do you spend on clothing, hair, makeup, whatever? Shoes. Shoes are a big one, believe it or not. How much do you spend on these things? With that, then you're going to decide how much of a mortgage you can afford by comparing all of these figures. Okay. And determining, okay, can I cut anything to get to a mortgage payment that gets me a house that gives me not only everything I need, but everything I want? Okay. Needs and wants are two different things. So when you say, how much can I afford? Keep in mind what we as mortgage reps do is we tell you how much you can potentially get approved for. That does not mean that's how much you have to go up to. Okay. So it's very important to have a clear, concise budget and have the conversation with your mortgage professional about how much you want to pay and why you want to pay that. Don't come up with a number arbitrarily. Don't say, I'm paying $1,200 now, so that's what I want my mortgage payment to be. That might be what your mortgage payment's going to be, but it might not. You might not get everything you need in a home with that payment. So you have to be realistic. You have to be open-minded, and you have to think about the comparison between how much you think you can budget for versus how much of a house you're going to get. What needs are going to be met with that house? How many wants are you going to get? You're looking for 100% of your needs, right? Because those are your must-haves, and as many wants as possible when shopping around. And that's going to help when your numbers is going to help you determine which house is going to be best for you. So if you have more questions about this, shoot me a DM, send me a message in the comments. I'm here to help you get into your home.